John Bolton loses Biden's approved Secret Service detail after Trump yanks security clearance. Rob, if you have a clip on that was being pulled. Which clip is this, by the way, Rob?
I have two. I have John Bolton complaining to CNN about it, and then I have Donald Trump responding.
Play
to
the John Bolton's complaint first, please. Go ahead.
Revoking your security detail, ending your Secret Service detail.
Well, I've had better days, that's for sure. This is, I think, typical of Trump the man. This is the kind of character or lack thereof who's now president. You know, when President Biden, recognizing the threat against me and several other current and former U.S. government officials, authorized the Secret Service to restore protection, which I had when I was National Security Advisor. I'm sure he probably wasn't the happiest man in the world because of the criticisms that I've made of him on his foreign policy. But he did it because it's simply not permissible to allow a rogue state like the terrorist in Iran to threaten Americans, whether they're in government or not, simply for expressing opinions or, in the case of the government employees, doing their job. Trump has decided to reverse it. It's obviously within his power to do it. But I think this is a matter that people should take seriously and let them contemplate who made the right decision here, President Biden or President Trump.
Well, let me ask
Tom.
So I think it's pretty funny that Bolton actually was admitting to things. Yeah, we helped plan some coups. And then he has to say, not here, but, in other places.
Venezuela.
That's his actual quote. Not here, but, in other places. Oh, thanks for clearing that up. So you weren't working with Nancy Pelosi to overthrow Biden, right?
Yeah.
No, she did that on her own. That was not our operation. And then he talked about things that they were involved in. All I got to say is, it's not about Bolton. This is what our intelligence agencies do. They infiltrate and go to overthrow things that they don't like. Venezuela had a really, was very close to being a full rogue state. And Bolton says, we're going to support Juan Guaido. And we got to get this Nicolas Maduro guy out of there. And this guy's illegitimate. This happens all the time. So it's like, one hand is, what are you so surprised at? The other hand is, it's John Bolton at his best. Yeah, there was a coup here. Yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it, yeah, we did try to overthrow a couple things. But that's it.
Vinny.
Yeah, well, and this is in my opinion, he is the epitome of when people talk about the deep state. It's him. Okay, he spent his entire career pushing for wars and chaos to feed his ego and his wallet. Tom, if you remember 2003 Iraq invasion, he was one of the loudest voices claiming that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction. He was one of those guys, okay? And obviously, they didn't. But they left to almost, Rob, what was the number, bro? 7,000?
Over 7,085 U.S. soldiers died in Afghanistan and Iraq.
Dead. Over a million, meaning all the damage, all the everything, 1 million people altogether, lives. Trillions of dollars, left our reputation in the freaking dirt and caused people to hate us even more and branch out all these other terrorist organizations. And it's like, these are the type of wars, and it's not just a war hawk mentality, all right? He's been pushing agendas that hurt American interests in the long run. He was involved with sabotaging the Iran nuclear deal. He undermined North Korea peace talks. He supported Saudi Arabia's war in Yemen. And and you talked about this, Tom, the regime change in Venezuela. Rob, you have that video, brother, of him actually saying it on camera, and he's kind of being funny about it. Like, yeah, we went in there. Rob will look it up.
I have it right here.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know that I agree with you to be fair, with all due respect. One doesn't have to be brilliant to attempt a coup.
I disagree with that. As somebody who has helped plan coup d'etat, not here, but other places, it takes a lot of work, and that's not what he did.
When we were talking about what is capable, what you need to do to be able to plan a coup, and you cited your expertise having planned coups.
I'm not going to get into the specifics, but
successful coups.
Well, I wrote about Venezuela in the book, and it turned out not to be successful. Not that we had all that much to do with it, but I saw what it took for an opposition to try and overturn an illegally elected president, and they failed.
And just going back really quick to what his type of character about the Iraq weapons of mass destruction post 9/11. Do you guys remember Tom, Jose Bustani? He was the guy that was running the organization for the prohibition of chemical weapons. He was working on a deal to let weapons inspectors go into Iraq to see, if they had any weapons of mass destruction, which could, help them and not have us go to war. Bolton bullied him out of a job and even threatened his family. And then he writes a book, The Room Where It Happened, where he says all these big revelations about Trump until it was time to cash in. Okay, he should have said it earlier, but he wanted to make money. And I'm so happy they're removing Secret Service detail from him. Good for him, okay? Because documents obtained by 60 Minutes revealed that the Secret Service spent, you're never going to guess, former National Security Advisor John Bolton and Robert O'Brien for 1 year. Guess how much it costs? $12 million for two guys for 1 year of protection. Your tax dollars, my tax dollar, to protect these type of people that just want America to be in war. They want to harm America. So I'm so happy. And this is it, Rob? This is Trump getting rid of his
This is yesterday, Donald Trump calling John Bolton stupid.
Can we play this? Can we play this?
Yeah, of course.
Because I think there was enough time. It's we take a job. You take a job. You want to do a job. We're not going to have security on people for the rest of their lives. Why should we?
Good.
I thought he was a very dumb person, but I used him well because every time people saw me come into a meeting with John Bolton standing behind me, they thought that he'd attack them because he was a warmonger. He's the one that got us involved, along with Cheney and a couple of others, convinced Bush, which was a terrible decision, to blow up the Middle East. We blew up the Middle East and we left. We got nothing out of it except a lot of death. We killed a lot of people.
Yep.
And John Bolton was, one of those guys, a stupid guy. But no, you can't have that for life. You shouldn't expect it for life.
And I think it's beyond stupid, Pat. It's just these are the guys. These are the guys that are like Nikki Haley. They want war. The military-industrial complex, Tom. They want to fight because they have to keep making the bullets, keep making the bombs, keep making the helicopters. And when there's no war, as you guys know, Pat, there's no money being made.
Well, Nikki Haley's on the board.
That's what I'm saying.
She's a paid board member of the military-industrial complex.
Yeah.
Look, John Bolton is one thing, but let me kind of give maybe a deeper perspective. You remember when we had Eric Trump on the podcast? And I said, let me ask you, in 2016, when you guys assumed office, you guys probably weren't really too sure of what was going on. How much more equipped are you guys this time around? He goes, it's not even close. It's not even close. We had literally no idea what we were doing. We thought we knew who was who. We thought we knew who to hire. But we thought we were going to drain the swamp. But it turns out that swamp is a lot nastier than I thought. This time around, he says, listen, we know what's going on. We know who's who. We know who has our back. We know who's loyal to the agenda. We know we know where the bodies are buried, so to speak. So he's way more equipped this time around. That's why I'm so excited to see what Trump this time around. The first time around, the media was against him. The rhinos were against him. Certainly the Democrats were against him. The independents were against him, right? Me included. But this time around, reasonable people, anyone with common sense, we're seeing what Jamie Dimon is saying. We're seeing Elon Musk didn't vote for him. There he goes now. Joe Rogan didn't vote for him. There he is now. All these people, RFK is now on his team. Tulsi didn't vote for him, now on his team. All people with common sense are like, yo, this is the guy. This is the guy. Because he's loyal to the country. Turns out that whole Russia collusion thing, nobody's talking about that anymore. Turns out he's actually not a Nazi. All right, what's happening with that? So he's going to clean out the swamp, but he has a mandate this time around. So economic nationalism, tariffs, trade, taxes, eliminating all the bad deals. Didn't he just get out of the Paris climate agenda?
Climate Accord.
Exactly.
Paris Climate Accord.
The WHO, immigration, strong borders, everything that he said that he wanted to do the first time around, and nobody that was there to help him. That's exactly what he's doing this time around, and people are there to help enact him. I'm excited to see what he's able to do.
Guys, if you're somebody that's a business person, an executive, somebody that wears French cut, you wear what do you call it? Cufflinks, and you wear nice shirts, nice suits. A lot of people have been asking about it. We finally have it. Last week you saw Vinny in DC dressed. When Vinny puts his three-piece, money. When he looks like somebody running for office. We just got limited supply of these cufflinks with Valuetainment logo on it. You have a choice to go with the silver and black, or you have a choice to go with the silver and red with the Valuetainment logo on it. It's the set with the cufflinks as well as the, what do you call it? The tie bar that's on it as well, combined together with Future. You open it up, it says Future Looks Bright and Valuetainment logo on top of it. For those of you that wear suits and you wear quality shirts and you want some cufflinks, go add this to your collection. We may not do this continuously in the future, but it may be something you want to add. And if more support is for this, we will consider adding more of these different types of things with cufflinks. So go to vtmerch.com, place your order. The first 50 that place the order get the coffee mug, Future Looks Bright, with the American flag and the 4547 stickers that we made, the limited edition stickers that we made that we'll send to you as well. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.